Hey everybody, welcome to Lady Realtor Boss. Today we're going to talk about people's misconceptions about realtors. So first of all, I just wanted to give everybody a reason or explain to you why this is so important. When I first got my license as a realtor, I didn't realize that there were so many misconceptions out there about realtors. And so we kind of just make the assumption that everybody thinks like we do and that everybody has the same amount of information that we have about a certain topic. And so I was kind of blindsided with a few of these misconceptions, and I had to find a way to be able to answer all of them or to be able to clarify and be able to let people know that those are misconceptions, aka myths, and that they were not true. So that is why I have created this video. I've done it in a PowerPoint version so that you guys can see it and read it if you're a visual learner. And then, of course, I'm also doing the audio so you guys can be able to hear it if you don't have time to watch it. And if you just want to be able to put your headphones in or your earbuds in to be able to listen to it. And so I wanted to be able to share this content with you so that you would not be blindsided and so that you would be able to realize what other people thought, and that this will be able to help you in your business of how to answer questions, because a lot of people will come up to you with these misconceptions, and you have to be able to know how to, basically defend yourself as a realtor and how you can be able to serve these people as hopefully a future client. And so I just want to make sure that this can be meaningful to you guys and that this will help you in every way that you need. All right, let's begin. People's misconceptions about realtors. 1. Money. Realtors can do a tax write-off for anything they want. That's not true. We do have certain guidelines and requirements that we have to abide by per the tax code, and realtors get paid hourly. That's not true. We do get paid per commission only when the home closes. We're all rich and will say anything to get the deal done. That's not true either, because we have a code of ethics to uphold, and not every realtor is the same, so they do not all make the same. Realtors don't have fees. That's not true, because realtors have lots of fees. We have National Association of Realtor Fees due annually. We have our local Association of Realtor Fees, and we also have our state Association of Realtor Fees. Next is schedules. People think that realtors can have a life, that they can answer calls and take me on showings whenever I want. That's not true. Every home has to have an appointment to view it. Realtors are too busy, they don't need the business. Well, again, that depends on each realtor. Realtors just write a quick offer. There is nothing quick about writing an offer. It can take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes just to write the offer, and then some more time asking the buyer everything that they want to have included on the offer and figuring out the best tactic of what they should include. Being a realtor is easy. Anyone can be one. They do very little work. Being a realtor is not easy. There's lots of classes, lots of training, and lots of things that we have to make sure are done correctly. So it's lots of work. Realtors just sit and receive leads all the time. That's not true. They wish that was true, but unfortunately it's not. It takes a lot of time to get a lead and then to turn a lead into a client. The next thing is job. Realtors have such a fun and easy life. All they do is show buyers beautiful homes and list sellers' homes. That's part of the job, but that is not everything. And I'll talk more about that in a later video. Roles. Realtors work for brokers. They are not independent contractors. That's not true. We are independent contractors, but we have to work underneath a brokerage. Realtors can do dual agency. There are no other types of brokerage agency. There are several different types of brokerage agency, at least 7 of them, and that will be mentioned in another video. There is no difference between realtors. They are all the same. They are all different. Some work full-time, some work by themselves, some work within a team, some have more knowledge than others and more experience than others. Realtors are just salespeople, not an educator. My number one thing about this course is that I'm trying to teach all realtors to become an educator and to teach our clients how to make money. So that way we are not considered salespeople. Realtors get paid by their broker and by the seller for every transaction. We do get paid through our brokerage because every commission check has to be written to our broker so that they can take their part of the commission and then they write us a separate check for our remaining amount. Next are responsibilities. Realtors are responsible for knowing what is wrong with the home without having or seeing a property inspection. This is false. We can only see what's wrong with the home if it's visually apparent, and we encourage buyers to always get a property inspection done for items that we cannot see. Realtors are a necessary evil, just like tax accountants and lawyers. That's what some people would like to think. This is not true. We are trying to do our best, just like accountants and lawyers, and it does help to hire us because we do know the law and about writing at least offers on homes and selling homes, just like tax accountants and lawyers know their particular niche and have their particular knowledge and experience. Next are realtor fees. The myth about realtor fees. I'm going to get my real estate license so I can sell my own home and not pay a commission. So that's what a lot of buyers, or sellers like to think, but there's always so much more involved with selling your home. And you can't just automatically save on commission. That has to be negotiated between you and your broker because they still want a percentage of every commission. And you still need to be able to get a lot of education and time and money to be able to get your realtor's license. So it may not equal out in the end to where you're saving money if you're always paying for more training and more time in order to get your license in the first place. It's cheaper to sell the home myself. So if people are thinking about doing a for sale by owner and not getting their realtor's license, cheaper depends. It's all relative. Yes, they may think it's cheaper because they're saving on a realtor commission, but because they lack the knowledge of the market and comparables, they could actually be selling their house for less money than what they could have gotten it for if they hired a realtor. Next one is anyone can sell a home. It's not difficult to sell a house. All you do is take a few photos and post online. As I mentioned before, we do so much more than that, and that will be covered in another video, but this is what a lot of buyers think. I can take pictures of my own house using my phone with me in them without tidying up. I have seen so many pictures on Zillow.com where sellers don't even take time or effort or thought of what to have their house look nice. Your house should always be staged and cleaned and decluttered at the bare minimum. And then it's always better to hire a professional photographer to take pictures, or at least a realtor who has photography experience and uses a wide angle lens. Next is safety. People's misconceptions about safety. It's perfectly safe to let strangers in my home who aren't pre-approved or represent a realtor. Realtors use Zillow for comps. So the very first thing is never let anybody in your house if they are not pre-approved and if they're not represented by a realtor. But sellers think it's perfectly fine, although it is not, because you don't know who's walking into your home. And realtors don't use Zillow for comps, at least they shouldn't, not the experienced, educated realtors. There's a completely different way to pull up comps, and it's not through Zillow. Number 9, I can find my own buyer. So a lot of sellers think that they have a friend that wants to buy their house. They don't need a realtor because they already have a buyer. So again, finding a buyer for your home is only part of the work. Then there's contracts and there's no negotiation on closing costs and repairs, etc. So there's still more work to be done besides finding a buyer. And 99% of the time, when somebody is looking at a house, they don't usually buy that house. They're just more interested in looking at the house because it just got renovated. So I shouldn't say 99% of the time, but what I hear a lot of the time is I've had flippers fix up a house and neighbors will come over and say they're interested in buying the house, or saying that they have a friend who might be interested or a relative who might be interested, and it never ends up being that person ever. Realtors always represent their friends. That's not true. It is on occasion, but it's not always true. So thank you for watching this video. Visit me on social media, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day.